Hello, and welcome to an episode of KSP. Number 5, is it? Yes, the numbers of episodes don't actually matter. If you go back to previous episodes, it has nothing to do with what we're doing in this episode, so don't feel like you're missing out if you haven't seen episode 4. But, right here, we are launching with our beautiful Rocco Max engines, and Bob Kerman is going to save the day. Yes, he is going to save the day, and he is taking off with some air intakes, and whoops, okay, I didn't have SAS on there for a little bit. But yes, so this is not a mission after science, which career mode has made really fun to do. Getting science is very fun in career mode, but this is a rescue mission. Yes, it's going to perform my first rendezvous, and that's a big achievement for me. I feel pretty satisfied with that. So you see we're cutting a lot, because it's not very fun just to watch the launch. Like the launch took up a long portion of the actual recording time. I'll tell you what, me setting up the maneuvers actually took about like 2/3 of the time. When I was doing like the live recording, like it's like a 50-minute recording overall, and like a whole bunch of it is just like me setting up maneuvers. So rendezvousing does take patience, but lucky for you, editing exists, and we can do this in a bit quicker of a fashion. So let's see what else we can talk about here. Bill Kerman, well, let's see. He's hanging out in his spaceship. I need to decide what to comment on. I know there's a couple things I wanted to go over, but I'm still thinking about what those were. So let's see. We're developing an orbit right here. But yes, Bob Kerman. Oh, right. Let me tell you the context of this, alright? So, here's your story. So, the space station is hanging out at an orbit around like 100 meters. Or, no, not 100 meters. That would be a really low orbit. 100,000 meters over Kerman. And we are going there to not really dock with it. No, we're not going to dock with it. But, as I said, this is a rescue mission, so we're just going to have all the Kerbals come to us, and we're going to be within like a couple meters of it or whatnot. So, when we get there, what we are going to do, we're going to take all the Kerbals inside the space station and move them into our space station. Now, why? Well, like, oh, this is a fully functioning space station core. Why would you ever try to take them away from their core? Well, actually, it was fully functioning until yesterday. So, you see, I was kind of messing around with the maneuvers. I'm totally messing up my vocabulary. I'm just saying random things because I'm babbling at this point. But I was messing around with what the commands did, right? So, I, like, right-clicked on, like, one of the clamps that you use to dock with, and it said decouple, and I'm like, oh, that sounds fun, because I thought it's just the thing that, like, that decouples the thing on the end of it. Like, usually if you click it, it would decouple whatever is decoupled to it. And I just wanted to hear the decouple sound. That's why I clicked on it. And the next thing I know, that decouple thing, just like the clamp goes flying off into space. And then I'm like, wait, that was my only clamp. So this space station is no longer functional. And I began to think, I can't even attach a rocket to this thing to land it. So I have to just go over to it and save them. Like, there's nothing else I can do. They're stuck in a space station with no meaning, and I don't really like that. So I'm just, oh my god, I'm right here and I'm flying towards them, and because this is my first rendezvous, things will get a bit crazy. So here we are. I'm glad I put RCS. Recently I haven't been putting RCS on things because I'm like, what? Ain't nobody got time for that, right? But then I'm like, you know what, people do have time for that. I think RCS is a very useful thing. I used it a lot before career mode, and I think career mode has actually helped me learn how to play KSP, because before career mode, I was in sandbox mode. I thought that everything had to be a big Rocco Max engine. That's why Rocco Max engines scare me today. Because I realized, you know what, I don't need them, and I'm afraid if I do use them, I'm gonna fail. Because last time I did, which was in sandbox mode, it always failed. I could barely even get to the moon. But now I am creating some spacecrafts that can get to distant areas. Like, I have had a spacecraft that get to Duna. I've had Bill Kerman. He has flown past Jewel, and almost made it back. I need to do a rendezvous mission to save him. So, oh my god, we're missing it pretty hardcore here. And that little cheesy name, Sammy Kerman Space Station, we just have to go after it. But, yeah, what's actually happening aside, here's the rest of the story that I've been explaining constantly. So, yeah, so career mode has been like, it's been teaching me how to build things smaller and more efficient. So I've built something, and then I've been like, oh, let's go to the moon with this little stuff, and it actually works. So I've been able to get to other places with little stuff, and it's taught me how to play. And now I fear Rocco Max engines because of that, because I think that Rocco Max engines mess me up. But tragically, this entire spacecraft is a Rocco Max engine, so That's just uncalled for. Oh my goodness, we're so close. We can see it. We can see it. We gotta save those people. Wait, come on, Bill. Can you turn this around any faster? Oh, yes. Okay, we're quite some distance. We just decoupled that stage, so now we can get there, hopefully turn a bit more quickly. That's something that I would love to have. And I'll tell you what, with space stations, I never really use it for the sake of having functional things in space. Space stations I always use for the sake of looking down at Kerman. Well, Kerman, what? So somebody help me out here. What's the name of the planet? Kerbin. Yes, Kerbin. I usually just use it to look down at Kerbin and be like, whoa, look how fast that ground is moving. Because your orbital speed is like over like 2,000 meters per second, and so on the surface you're like moving really fast, and it's just really fun to look down and be like, OMG. So we're getting pretty close here. We're slowly approaching it. So I am going to use the RCS to kind of push myself when we get close enough. But as of now, we're just trying to get there. And right now I'm trying to check on my RCS fuel. That I've been checking very frequently throughout, because I want to make sure I'm not running out. Because if I run out, I'm going to go quite out of control. Even though I could function without it, RCS is very helpful. I've really underestimated how helpful RCS is in the past. So, oh, here we are. It's flying right past us. I love that view. Check that out. And, okay, we're going to slow it down here. We're back at a ×1 warp, normal speed. Oh, there we go. And if you see, on our nav ball, the thing that says what our speed is, it's considering it, what's the word I'm looking for? It's referencing, right. It's referencing our target, so we're barely moving in reference to the target, which is a very good thing, because now we can just slowly move towards it. And it ain't gonna run away from us. Nope, that thing ain't going anywhere except for around the world. And you can really see the movement of Kerbin as we just fly around it. And there's a lake there. And I'm running out of things to say, besides the fact that there's a lake there. Well, let's comment on emotions. Bob Kerbin, he doesn't look as happy as Jebediah maybe would be in this situation, but, you know, he's fine. He's fine. You know, what could possibly go wrong? So there are 3 Kerbals, yes, on this space station. So they will be able to fit in my little hitchhiker thing. If this was me in the past, I would stuff this space station with as many Kerbals as I can, in which case I wouldn't be able to hold all of them. But yep, there it is. You can just about see my very low-budget space station. So, yeah, we have somebody in the main cockpit up there. It almost looks like a plane that like lost its wings and then got stuck in orbit. I don't know. But yeah, it's like it lost its. Oh wait! Oh my God! Wait! I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm totally losing track of what I'm talking about now. This is what babbling does to you. You're just like, what am I talking? Wait, what am I talking about now? I'm sorry. I had to die for a second there, and I freaked out my dog a lot. So yeah, we're slowly gliding towards it. That's all I can say. Watch me as I take a drink. Okay, I just took a drink of water. I'm ready. You ready? This is the most intense moment. Here we are, coming in on the Sammy Kerman space station. I wish there's a Kerbal called Sammy Kerman. That might exist. That might exist. It might exist. I don't know. The closest I found was somebody named Samzer Kerman, and that was pretty cool. I like Samzer Kerman. But yeah, I think this is probably about close enough. In a couple seconds here, you will see us going into map view, and then we are switching to our space station. So right here, let's go out of map view now. There we go. And you can see our tiny little space station, and like, there's a couple seats, there's lights everywhere, even though it doesn't really help light up it at all. So here he comes. Here comes the first Kerbal. What's his name? He's Wemming Kerman. Oh, is that correct? Wemmring? I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. I've tried to pronounce it so many times, honestly, I never get it right. But yes, he is coming, and he's the first Kerbal to be saved. But don't worry, his fellow guys will follow not long after. So yeah, we'll switch back to here. And so, yes, the captain is going to abandon his ship last. He's going to abandon the space station last. So here's another member, Kelson Kerman. I can pronounce that. I can do that. So here we are, returning. Yes, come on, don't fail. This is such an easy this is the easiest part ever. And you fail. Just kidding. Uh, Alright, yeah, so there's not much to commentate when you're watching a tiny little green man try to get on a ladder. Alright, nice. So now we have 3 people aboard. We have Bob, and of course the 2 people who have been saved. And now we have the last person, Seaski. And I really like that name, actually. So here he is. He's getting out of his cockpit, and he is going to leave the space station. You can see a little look of it right here. You see the solar panels. You see a little thing. You see a couple goo experiments, even though they're not really useful anymore. So it is a rather useless space station anyways. But right back here, yeah, right there. Right there, do you see it? Right there. That's where the clamp used to be before I accidentally decoupled it. So, I guess it would have been somewhat useful, but unfortunately I messed it up a bit. So, whoops. So now we're going to head back here. And he's almost home. You can do it. You can do it. You're right there. You got this, as long as you don't run out of RCS fuel at the last second. That would be rather tragic, actually. Free camera. Oh my god, don't lose yourself. I see a lot of... You see that orange, like, tracing line? That's really weird. That doesn't usually happen to me. I guess I don't really mess around with maneuvers a lot, or inclinations, or set things up like that. Alright, yeah, so good work, Bob. You did it, yes. Okay, and let's go see our people here. This is the first successful rendezvous crew. Well, congratulations. We just saved you from your eternal spinning in a space station. That space station would always, like, screw up my OCD also. Like, I would see it whenever I go on long missions, I see it spinning around, and it's honestly just, like, freaking me out for some reason, seeing it spin around so frequently. So yeah, goodbye, space station. We have, in the corner, you can see all of our brave Kerbal-nauts, even though only Seaski looks to be very happy right now. But he's a courageous one, but you know what, they'll all be happy soon enough, because here they come. They are re-entering Kerbin. Yes, so they are going to have that very hot incoming. It's gonna get very heated in here. So, yeah. Everybody, just watch intently. I can say nothing else. Will it destroy itself under the pressure? The answer is no. So here we are, we're starting our burn. I kind of want to land on a landmass. So yeah, I kind of gonna burn, like, earlier. Or, I don't know if it's earlier or not. I should really not be talking. I do not know anything I'm saying. So, but no need to worry, because everybody here will be safe soon enough, and they don't need to listen to my voice as I commentate their possible doom. So, now we are coming in on a little bay. And watch, we lock the SAS, and yes, they're all happy. Oh my god, look how happy he is. Yay, I should probably get back to saving the spaceship. Okay, let's find our parachutes here. I kind of want to deploy one of these parachutes first. Right there, yes. I want to be low enough velocity so I don't rip this thing apart. Okay, where's the other parachute? No, that's a battery. That's still a battery. And that's a parachute. Deploy. Okay, now we're going to deploy all the parachutes manually, because I don't really want to decouple this last stage, just in case. So here we go, and deploy the parachute. And it goes falling down. There goes our last little propellant stage. Goodbye. Alright, yeah. Well, what do you know? And yeah, just decouple that last thing also. And don't worry, guys, we're almost here. We're going to have a splashdown and kasploosh. I don't have any game audio, so I'm making my own audio for it. And the last step of saving them, we do not need the space station anymore, so it is ready to be terminated. Nobody's inside, nobody will be harmed. We get to terminate it and have a happy day. So yes, thank you for watching this. And this has been a KSP episode. We have saved the people via Rendezvous. And yes, it shall be a fun time. They shall all enjoy each other's presence back on Kerbin. So yes, thank you for watching. I'm going to run away now!